Hey guys, welcome back to the Midnight Movie. Oh boy, have I got a fun one for you guys this week. This is a film that I had heard about a couple of years ago, and I don't know why I did not jump on it immediately because it popped up on Tubi about several weeks ago, and it is without a doubt one of the most fun, enjoyable movies I've watched in a long time. I would put it in the category of a Tarantino film in terms of rewatchability, just pure enjoyment. Great dialogue, incredible direction. It's a genre film. It's super aesthetic. And that film is SISU from 2022. It is an historical war film from director Jalmari Helander. This is a production from Finland, which is interesting because almost all of the dialogue is in English, save for maybe a few lines here or there. It stars Jorma Tommila, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Mimosa Willamo, Axel Henny, who plays Bruno, the vicious SS captain, and then the assortment of other Nazi shitheads that are in his crew. This film is about a Finnish army commando who turns gold prospector, and he does this kind of towards what is the end of the war. It takes place during the Lapland War in northern Finland, basically at the point where Germany is losing and the Germans are engaging in a scorched earth policy and just destroying everything, burning down everything, killing everyone. And well, our protagonist, who, and let me just look up the name real quick one more time, Atami, is again just minding his own business like most good men do, trying to pan for gold. And who comes along but a Waffen SS crew of Nazi shitheads? And yeah, basically this film is FAFO, fuck around and find out, and it's done beautifully. This movie, if I had to sum it up in one phrase, is John Wick in World War II. But it's certainly its own thing. But if you, or better yet, if John Wick and Inglourious Basterds had a baby, that's Sisu. This film is so well paced. I wasn't bored 1 minute, much like a lot of Tarantino films. It seems to use that old school font, like it's broken up into chapters. It starts out in 1944. The logos, the fonts, all of that Helander uses in this film just make it feel like you could be watching a grindhouse World War II film from the 70s. And we love the 70s on this channel. I really I can't get out of the 70s. The amount of 70s films that I watch on a regular basis that I want to review, but I know none of you will watch. Man, dig into the 70s. They're the best. But yeah, Helander really engages in a really heavy genre, heavy World War II aesthetic. You can't tell. Well, one of the things that we've gotten better and better at is doing genre films, historical films, in which all traces of the current time that it's made in the current era, it doesn't bleed in. You can go back and watch World War II films from different decades, and you can kind of tell, oh, yeah, this was made. They don't quite get the hair right. It's like I've seen World War II films, or like films about Vietnam that were made in the 80s, and some of the characters have like almost 80s style haircuts. It's like, that's not a regulation army haircut. That always annoyed me. Helander and his crew nail absolutely everything. The wardrobe is incredible. The practical effects are incredible, and that would probably be the thing that I think I'm, as a burgeoning, aspiring filmmaker myself, most excited about in this film. Just despite the fact that it fires on all cylinders, it's fun, it's genre, it's just beautifully put together, is the incredible mix of practical and digital effects. I worship at the altar of practical effects in films. It is so hard for me to watch a lot of contemporary films because they over leverage digital CG and/or AI. Those are all great tools, and I absolutely will be using them. In some cases, already have. Um, but over reliance on them really takes me out of the film. And I do not go to the movie theater to watch video games. I am probably in the minority on that, but there's a ton of things that I'm supposed to be excited about that have been in theaters that I absolutely could care less. SISU is why I watch movies. SISU is why movies are made and should be made. SISU is the type of film that should get your time, and I'm bummed that I did not see it in the theater. When this film does hit the New Beverly or any of the revival cinemaphile theaters, either here in LA or in Chicago, I'm going to see this movie on the big screen because it's beautifully done. It's one of those, again, like feature films are meant to be seen on the big screen. About 2 weeks after I finally watched this film, I was talking to a friend of mine who's also he's a writer and a technician in film, and he told me, "Oh yeah, you like Sisu? That's great. The sequel's coming out soon." I was like, "What? Really?" Sisu Road to Revenge, I literally just dropped a few weeks ago, and that's my assignment this weekend to go and review and report back to all of you. But let's dig into Sisu. So I've mentioned that Sisu it's about this guy, Atami, who he is referred to, he has a nickname that I cannot fucking remember, Koshai. The Russians call this guy Koshai, with the belief that he is immortal. Not because he is, but because he's such an incredible badass that he refuses to die. Koshai Atami, again played by Jorma Tomila, he's just kind of just an old badass. And I do like that too. I like the fact that this protagonist isn't some slicked up, shaved down, over muscled guy in his 20s. This guy is an old, grizzled army commando who has seen some shit. And it's just way more believable. I think that's why the John Wick films work as well. As you can tell, these guys are not spring chickens. They are men of experience. They are men of wisdom, knowledge, and they're dangerous. So you have Koshai, who again is minding his own business. There he is with his dog, just panning for gold. And, not to spoil anything, he finds some. He loads it up, and he's just going to head on his way and go and live his life. Well, as he's going down the road, here comes a Nazi tank with Waffen SS patrol on top of it, and he's just passing by. Someone attempts to shoot. The Nazi captain stops him from doing so, but then they eventually start messing with him. And boy, do they realize they have fucked with the wrong guy. And he just dismantles these dudes left and right. But not in a sort of superhero-y way. There are moments in this film that are sort of over the top, that are beyond belief. At the same time, because the union of practical and digital effects is so perfect in this film, it doesn't bother you. He can get hurt. He does get hurt. So the concept of him being this Koshai, this immortal, only with regard to the fact that he is driven by this supernatural desire for justice. There's more to this guy than I'm going to obviously talk about here. I don't want to give away all these really juicy, fun, cool ass details because you need to go to Tubi right now where it is streaming for free. I think you just register with your email. I love Tubi. I probably watch more Tubi and Criterion Channel maybe than any other streamer because of the depth and breadth of the films that they have. But yeah, pause now and go to Tubi and watch Sisu. But so these guys start messing with him, and he messes right back. But he certainly does take his blows, and the rest of the film really just becomes Koshai's desire to keep what is his, which is his gold, and live his life. And these Nazis just won't fucking leave him alone. So again, Fafo, fuck around and find out. And the battles, the fights, the situations that these characters have to go through the Lapland, uh, is really, really clever. It's not just about the creativity of the kills or the fights, which are top notch, absolutely fantastic, the likes of which I've never seen in a film. Hats off to Helander and his crew again on this. But the quiet vulnerability, the humanity of Koshai amidst his uh, fury and his, well, I shouldn't say fury. It's a calm, calculated uh, style of battle that he engages in with uh, these POSs, and it's so fun to watch. Uh, is there ever a time? I won't say any more than that. A couple other things to look forward to in this film is there's in addition to really really interesting kills, incredible uh, situations where like, okay, fuck, how does he get out of this, or how do they get out of this? There's the morality of war that is peppered in amongst all of this cool action and cool fight and battle scenes. That's something else that I really love about it is while it is stylized, it's an extremely aesthetic in some situations and portions, sort of over the top actioner type of a film. It never um, cheapens war, and that can be, I think, a hard line to balance on, and they do so beautifully in this film. There's obviously, we love seeing Nazis get their just desserts for sure, um, but the traces of humanity and Koshai's life before, not a ton there, but there's a little bit there. And so you really feel it with them. Much like with, again, I'll keep referencing John Wick. For those of you who haven't seen any of the movies, we know John's backstory. We know of his love and his vulnerability. I'm trying to say this without giving away too much. That peppers the character as opposed to him being, a more 80s style action hero where he seems seemingly invulnerable, barely takes any hits. When he does, kind of just walks it off. Um, yeah, I would say Koshai is closer to John Wick, and maybe even John McClane from Die Hard, where it's like, okay, yeah, he's a tough motherfucker, but he can be shot, he can be cut, he can have the wind knocked out of him. So again, they really strike just an absolutely perfect tenor with this film, with all of the characters. The Waffen SS platoon captain. Uh, Also, it's interesting. The guy, I believe his name is Axel Henny. He could have really played this character over the top. This is not Colonel Lando from Inglourious Basterds, whom I love and which I love. And so he's not trying to do that. There is a calculation there. There's an intelligence to this villain character that um, obviously you don't like him, you're not on his side, but you enjoy him as the antagonist that he is, and he's just a great um, dark inverse to Koshai. So yeah, guys, if you know what's good for you, if you just want to enjoy a fun movie, because movies should just be fucking fun, um, make some time to rent or stream SISU. I've already bought it, and I can't wait to see SISU Road to Revenge in theaters now. So yeah, guys, get on this one. It's so fun, and let me know what you thought. Was it the flawless current masterpiece of World War II actioners? I think this film would sit perfectly in a double bill with Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds. But you tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.